Good evening from downtown Toronto and welcome to finals day here at the Canadian Women's Open 2025, the first silver event of the 25-26 season. We've been set up under these incredible glass arches at Brookfield Place in downtown Toronto for the past 5 days, and it's been a brilliant week of squash, full of intensity, upsets and some seriously high quality squash. This event has quickly become a favourite on tour, the first edition in 1985, and we're now in our 4th year of the new era after returning in 2022, and it just keeps getting bigger and better every year. Tonight we've got 2 titles to play for. Joining the women's silver final, we have the men's copper event, the Toronto Athletic Club Open. So plenty to look forward to tonight. 2 finals, 2 champions to be crowned, and 1 unforgettable night of squash right here in the heart of Toronto. I'm Lisa Aitken, and I'll be taking you through this evening's entertainment with my co-commentator Johnny Williams. Good evening, Johnny.
Good evening, Lisa. Just doing a few jobs here, so I've been running around, but catching my breath, and it's incredible here that we finally reached the pinnacle of this event, and it's been a wonderful week, so really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic week of squash. Obviously, you've commentated quite a lot in Canada. This is my first outing here. You've been in Calgary, now coming to Toronto. We've had a fantastic time in this city, haven't we?
Yeah, and we just see that Jamie Nichols, he's the CEO of Squash Canada. He's got that team, Samantha Cornett, Chris Truswell from the UK there as well. But it's amazing to see the job that they do. For me, it really paves the way for other associations around the world to get involved with these national events. The Canadian men's in Calgary, Canadian women's here in Toronto, and you can see that it just adds something extra in terms of professionalism, the way that it's presented, and what a location as well.
Well, it speaks for itself when the women keep coming back every year. So moving to that draw, the women's event, it's kicking start here this evening at 6:30 local time. We've got the men on first, but the women's draw, the Women's Canadian Open 2025, Gina Kennedy is no stranger to winning a PSA Squash Tour title. Her last event was also a silver event like this one here, and it was in 2024, Johnny, in Manchester, so quite some time ago now.
Yeah, it is, and we know obviously it's been well documented about the changes with the coaching. Rodney Martin's come into her corner. She's trying to adapt some technical things there. We've seen her, using some nice deceptive plays this tournament, and it's very interesting to see what's going to happen in this final, how that will go. But I think that she is going to be up against it tonight. But she's definitely wanting to get that next title, that PSA title. That will give her a big amount of confidence as well.
And someone else who's after another title is Amina Orfi. She's the current world number 3. She's been racking up the gold titles, yet to win a platinum event, but knocking on the door. And her previous gold event title was at the London Classic 2025, Johnny. So this year, and this here was the final against Nayla Hillis.
Yeah, Orfi's just got, for me, that extra level of experience. She won the New Zealand Open a silver, she won Singapore a gold, and of course the London Classic. So in this type of environment now, heading into this final tonight, I feel that she's just got that extra bit of edge. She's been here, she's done it, and that will hold her in good stead in this final. And Kennedy's just, I think she's going to have to bring an absolute A+ performance to really have a chance of beating Orfi tonight.
Do you think she's going to keep promoting that quick kind of pace that she's been playing, looking to get onto the volley and trying to hustle her opponent? That's going to be a very different story tonight against Amina, who's number 3 and probably the best in the world at that kind of game.
Yeah, Amina Orfi's going to cover the boast that we saw from Kennedy being threaded through, and she's developed her forehand side. We've seen the drop going in. So all these things, for me, mean that Kennedy's going to have to be willing to engage a little bit more in that backcourt battle and put those holds at the back and then wait for the right moment. But if she does it right, she's certainly got a chance.
Quick prediction?
I'm going for Orfi 3-1.
Orfi 3-1, you heard it there. Well, a little treat for you first. We've got our MC, Jeff Lurie, doubling up as a musician tonight. He is a fantastic musician himself, a brilliant singer, plays in a band, and he's going to take us through the Canadian National Anthem.
Squash fans, welcome to the 2025 Canadian Women's Open and the Toronto Athletic Club Open Championship evening. I'm Jeff Lurie, and this is your co-host, Nicole Bunyan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats if you're able for the singing of O Canada. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras sait porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We acknowledge the land we are located on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. All right, so time to get the players onto court for the first final of tonight. First up, he's from Egypt. Last night, he won 3-1 against Englishman Sam Todd. This is his first major semifinal ever. Please welcome Yahya Elnawasany.
He's coming. All right. And please welcome to the court the first seed and the number 15 in the world, the highest ranked Mexican player in PSA history and last year's defending champion, Leonel Cardenas. Match referee will be Andrea Santamaria. Good luck to both.
It's the men's final, the Toronto Athletic Club Open 2025. And it's Leonel Cardenas, the number 1 seed of Mexico, taking on Yahya Elnawasany, the number 2 seed of Egypt. I'm Lisa Aitken, and I'm joined by Johnny Williams. Good evening, Johnny.
Good evening, Lisa. Thank you very much. Fantastic week we've had, and it just feels wonderful in this wonderful setting here at Brookfield Place to get ready and get cracking into this final.
In the white t-shirt, on the right-hand side of your screen there, Yahya Elnawasany, the 23-year-old from Egypt. His highest world ranking of 32. He's the current world number 39. And he's 5 titles from 11 finals. Coached by Wael Hindi in Florida. Spent a big summer there, getting the work in the bank. Got through last night's semi-final against Sam Todd. 3-1, a very late night finish for us there. 70 minutes of high-intensity squash. So how much has he recovered for tonight's final? We'll soon see. The defending champ, the black gear on the left-hand side of your screen. He's a current world number 15, and he's been as high as 13. He's a couple of years older than his opponent tonight. He's 25 years of age, and he's 5'9".
Half time.
16 titles. Playing his 265th match tonight on the PSA World Tour. Win percentage of 66.5 and 100% win record against his opponent, Yahya Elnawasany. 4 times they've played on the PSA Squash Tour. And it's 4-love with a 56 average match time. There's been 2 5-setters in there, so that will be banked for Elnawasany. The last meeting in 24 June, Leonel Cardenas won that 3 games to love.
That meeting in June, Lisa, was in Cali in South America. Of course, the other 2, a little bit more where Elnawasany would like to play him, where the altitude is not so high, and that was Florida early in 24 and Manchester. Both those matches had tie-break 4th games where Cardenas was on the brink of losing, and he was able to turn it around and win in 5. He does like a 5-setter, of course, our man Cardenas. He had an absolute humdinger with Victor Crouin earlier this year on this court in Calgary, 106 minutes. You don't see too often that somebody's able to bring Victor Crouin to a standstill physically, but Crouin literally could not put one foot in front of the other, Lisa, in that 5th game there of that semi-final.
I'm not surprised.
The problem for Cardenas was the next day he barely could put one foot in front of the other against Mohamed El-Shabagi in the final.
Well, hopefully he's able to put one foot in front of the other tonight. #1 seed in this event, looking to take another title for his record.
Time.
The players just going through the traditional racket spin to see who will serve to start the match. Elnawasany taking that. We've had quite the Egyptian contingent at this event, Johnny.
Yeah, there's been a lot of players around, and they've supported each other as they always do. Mohamed Nasser was also knocked out by Elnawasany in the quarterfinals. I'm really just wondering, did that effort from Elnawasany, did it take the wind out of him? Did it chip into his physical reserves, because he was hitting the ball so hard throughout the match last night? And he won't be able to play the same way here. He's going to have to be a little bit more.
15 seconds.
He's going to have to plan his way through this.
On court, please. Toronto Athletic Club Open 2025 men's final match. Elnawasany of Egypt to serve, Leonel Cardenas of Mexico to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
And we're in. Men's final. Yahya Elnawasany serving to start the match. Andrea Santamaria, the match referee for this one.
Down. 1-0. Down. And out 1-0.
First major final for Elnawasany. Signs of nerves, perhaps, as expected, Johnny, to start this match.
Yeah, a little bit. I think that he's the one that's got more of a free bet here, though, to be fair. He's made the final, he's made his seeding. Not that he'll be happy with that, but I think that he'll just be a little bit more relaxed. Cardenas has to win this event just to meet the points average that he has at world number 15.
Out.
It'll be be interesting to see tactically how Elnawasany approaches this. As you alluded to in the introduction there, Johnny, it was an incredible pace he was playing it last night, promoting heavily that cross-court backhand to forehand. As he said in his post-match interview, it went completely against his natural style of wanting to be a bit more creative and open up the court, but tactics worked a treat really against Sam Todd last night.
And now 2-all.
Yeah, it was a great insight from him. He was very open about that. He said that he just felt that it was the way to go, and he backed himself with that. And as the match lengthened, we could feel that Sam Todd, even when Sam Todd won the third game, you could feel that he was dropping off, and Elnawasany had logged all that and used it beautifully to his advantage. Especially in the back end of the fourth game where it tightened up and he got those rather cheap, I say cheap errors from Todd, but he had to work very hard for a good 16, 17 minutes for that to happen. But we can already see here, the pace he's hitting with is nowhere near the blast squash that he played last night.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, to be honest. I mean, that ball was red hot, start to finish. Did request a new ball after the third, and it just continued on from there.
Probably the most sore part of his body, I reckon, would be his shoulder or his elbow. Nice finish, putting a bit of extra length on that volley. He went and played that. Looked like he might be impeded, Cardenas there, but he accepted the interference and played through. A little bit of a lucky boast there going into the nick. Good start this for Elnawasany. Very relaxed. Got to watch those cross courts. They're just a little bit too thin for me through the middle.
I mean, he went the whole of the 70 minutes last night against Sam Todd, cross-courting over to that side. Todd barely getting onto a single volley. Best be sure that Cardenas is going to be up there. He's already been getting onto those cross courts as early as he can. There goes one there.
I would say Elnawasany's hitting with, I reckon, about 30% less power though, Lisa, than last night. I don't think that he would be able to sustain that kind of hitting 2 nights in a row. Oh, he got that up. That's an incredible pick up there. Cardenas managing to get that desperate lunge out and get under the ball. Forehand front corner.
Longest rally of the game so far.
Yeah, this is exactly the recipe that Cardenas loves to bring early on in the match. They've sort of traded a few points, and now we're getting serious with this very, very lengthy rally. And that's ending in a stroke. Really good steadier for Cardenas, and just putting that extra stamp of physicality into the game in this, just before the midway stage of the first game.
Yeah, lovely shot. Elnawasany just making sure there was no return on that drive. Good composure.
Thing that you will notice about Cardenas, Lisa, is that he hardly ever uses the boast. Before he played that boast. But he is playing a very, very conservative style in the sense that he doesn't open up any angles around the front. He also doesn't use the low cross that much.
Oh, that's a lovely finish. Held his position well. Built the pressure from that straight kill on the backhand side. He's been playing that shot well so far. As you said, keeping it straight, nullifying the angles for Elnawasany. Locked in at 5-all.
Program will resume. Program will resume. program will resume.
Elnawasany. Threat with his shot, especially on that volley area. Rate was there, and then he just, that's why I say it, on the scoreboard. He had opportunities there to ramp up the pressure. He's had a long rally, he's got the advantage, but he doesn't really use it enough. Yeah, in that position here, I just feel he could just be a bit sharper on those shots. Build a bit more threat with his shots, especially on that volley area. That's why I say it, because he had opportunities there to ramp up the pressure. He's had a long rally, he's got the advantage, but he doesn't really use it enough. Oh, it's a good defensive, a good line from Elnawasany, finally breaking the defences down. I hope the spectators that they settle in nicely into their seats, so they could be there for a while before they get a break. Got VIP area, which is in this front left area to the left-hand sidewall. Nice crowd in again.
Yeah, the stand's been packed.
Oh, it's a good defensive, a good line from Elnawasany, finally breaking the
Brookfield
defences
Place.
down.
Really cool venue.
Spectators that they settle in nicely into their seats, so they could be there for a while before they get a break. Got VIP area, which is in this front left area to the left-hand sidewall. Nice crowd in again.
Yeah, the stand's been packed. Nord goal here. The start of this first game definitely has a really cool venue. 80-minute 5-setter written on it. 14 minutes of play so far. So the error from Cardenas. Start of this giving Elnawasany a 1-point lead as we approach the business end of this first game. 14 minutes of play so far. So the error from Cardenas.
Oh,
my word.
Fabulous play from both.
1-point lead.
Great work from Cardenas, how he got out of trouble there. Managing to make sure it's not a stroke. Incredible coverage. This is the sort of rally I feel Elnawasany's got to win this rally here, Lisa. And as we resettle again and we go back to this line work.
Oh my word.
Fabulous play from both.
Starting to be a lot more proactive here, Elnawasany. You can see his movement. His first movement, he's trying to get up, take the ball early and attack. I think he is sensing now that he's not wanting to engage in that grind. And he's going to take it into his own hands.
Line work. I think you're right, Lisa. I don't think he fancies an 80-minute or 90-minute 5-game battle. He's looking for ways.
A lot more proactive here, Elnawasany. You can see his movement.
Just increase the
first movement. He's trying to get up,
racket,
take the ball early
around
and
the front.
attack.
Ask a few questions of Cardenas' front court defense.
Sensing now that he's not wanting to engage in that grind. And he's going to take it into his own hands.
I think you're right, Lisa. I don't think he fancies an 80-minute or 90-minute 5-game battle. He's looking for ways to just increase the racket. Wonderful work. Tight balls just going along that backhand line. We continue. This is a huge rally. That's going to be a stroke. Monster rally finishing in a stroke.
And out, 8-all.
Oh, wonderful work. Tight balls just going along that backhand line. We continue. This is a huge rally. That's going to be a stroke. Monster rally finishing in a stroke.
And out, 8-all.
That was, seems like about 2-3 minutes ago.
I was going to say, how is this still the same rally? But it was. Big rally, particularly for Cardenas.
And this is the toughness test that Elnawasany faces here. Cardenas is just putting up that Fort Knox, that wall of defense.
Program will resume.
See the effect of the hold there, but Cardenas is good enough just to absorb it and then go back and get it anyway. Continues on.
God, this is tough.
Yeah, they're half opportunities on that volley there from Elnawasany, Lisa, and he just can't find the right range on it. And there's the error.
Dear. That is not what the doctor ordered for the Egyptian.
1 game to love.
Just set off a bit too early there, trying to hustle and get on the ball. Huge first game, a lot of work put in, very physical, 20 minutes. And it's the #1 seed, Leonel Cardenas, that has the 1 game to love advantage.
Very, very solid opening for the Mexican here. As I said, he would be happy with a 25-minute first game, but a 20-minute game played at the rate that they played. It was a good blend of attacking squash, mostly defensive, but towards the end of the game we saw the attack starting to open up, in particular from the Egyptian. He kind of felt that he'd had enough and he was going to move the game forward. He played some high quality balls, but they just kept coming back, as Cardenas does. Look at that. There's a huge vamos there, and the body language of Elnawasany is a little bit concerning there.
Program will resume. will resume.
If he attacks the nick too heavily, though, I feel that it's not going to work out for him.
Down.
Another error. You can hear the frustration from the Egyptian. Dream start really for Cardenas.
Yeah, there's a bit of a hush, a bit of a murmur around the crowd. There's a lot of knowledgeable squash people here. They understand, though, what's happening, Lisa, that this is typical. The high-ranked player, more physical, has that edge, definitely, on paper also. And Elnawasany's just a little bit running out of ideas here about how he can work his way back into this match without taking too much risk. Oh, do you get that?
No-let. Play review Cardenas on the no-let decision.
From Andrea Santamaria being put to the VR from Cardenas. I didn't expect him to stop there, actually. There was an appeal earlier in the rally. It's a wide cross court, but Elnawasany well clear. That angle's the best one.
Elnawasany left the space there. A lot of players make the mistake, they just fade over, but he didn't do that. You're right, Lisa. He stayed put. Quite clever, actually, just making sure that all that straight line space was open. And there was space for a cross as well.
A much needed point for Elnawasany at this stage. Nice little regroup there, but there's
out 5-1.
a point for Cardenas. If any momentum was to build there for Elnawasany, it's gone.
I've just had this vision. I'm looking at this screen here, Lisa, that there's literally just huge blocks of defense everywhere, which Cardenas puts out there in that first game. And Elnawasany's looking for spaces to hit in through those blocks, but he's not finding them.
6-1.
Some very good tight work from Cardenas. Very subtle, but it's just chipping away at those defense, keeps racking up points.
Out. And out 2-6. Yeah.
Oh, that's another winner, and it's all been on this backhand side.
And it's 7-2.
Very, very tidy work from the Mexican. He's been using that backhand wall to great effect. So many forced errors out of the Egyptian's racket.
A very different second game.
Yeah.
20 minutes for the first game, and it's 8-2 in 5 minutes of play. post coming in
Yeah.
now for Cardenas.
And out, 3-8.
It's twice he's used it in the last couple of rallies.
Yeah, it's 25 minutes, isn't it? It's this 25, 30-minute mark, and then he starts to
4-8.
test the lunge movement of his opponents into those front corners, just to add another element of the physical regime in this game.
Elnawasany pushing up, hustling on that volley, but just unable to put Cardenas under any kind of pressure consistently within the rally.
Very good
That's a
work.
lovely shot.
Set up beautifully. First that forehand line,
Out,
just had
9-4.
enough grip on the sidewall, opens up that attack. It's not a soft drop, he's hitting it with a lot of margin, so there's no risk for Cardenas when he's got positions like that.
It's lovely defense. Up it goes again. That's immaculate. Lovely line from Elnawasany. Had to be that good.
And out, 5-9.
Another squeeze on that side wall.
6-9.
Just a slight injection of pace, and this is what we need to see from Elnawasany, because he's not a guy that is taking control of that short line, Lisa, and volleying a lot. He tends to hit those pacey lines that we saw yesterday, and we're seeing it again here. It's just increasing that hitting tempo when he's getting opportunities. Just somehow add a bit of an element of hold to stop Cardenas in his movement.
Yeah, you're right, because even if the rallies are going on and he's pushing up and taking the ball early, it's still quite a rhythmical pace for the movement patterns of Cardenas. He'll retrieve all day long, but stop and starting, get him guessing and covering different options.
Yeah, we need he needs a bit of a dose of that Egyptian flair that we know many of them have. He's going to have to try and bring quite a bit of that now. He's got Cardenas on the run again, and he's using a bit more into that front left.
Comes up with his follow through a little bit too much, Elnawasany, on those drops, clipping the side wall. Cardenas has gone back to brick wall squash.
Choosing not to volley. He's
Might regret that.
Elnawasany would love to just see some kind of sign that this is putting a dent in the Mexican. He's an absolute machine. We saw at the end of game one, unbelievable retrieving, and again, he's relying on that to stay in this rally. That's probably that's out.
That was a tough rally for both players.
Right side, 7-9.
Longest of this second game by a mile, and Elnawasany, after a terrible start, it's just 2 points away.
Keep on that volley, keep promoting that positive play, but that movement looked a little tired. And that's the problem.
10-7.
His opponent was covering all those sorts of movements in the previous rally. He's got to equalise that as well, but he's not able to.
3-game balls for a 2-love lead. And that'll be a stroke. So
And
one
out.
saved.
8-10 game ball.
Getting back to that straight kill on the backhand side, Cardenas played that in the first game to his advantage.
He's won a lot of points in this game by
Oh.
gripping the ball. That's a bit lucky, but Elnawasany has certainly changed his approach. 9-4 down, he's just pressed up a little bit more on the short line, and he's taking on more attacks into that front left. It's just not allowing Cardenas just to continue to press him in those back areas of the court. He's been more assertive and taking control, actually, of the tee area.
Oh dear.
11-9.
Squash that he'd been promoting in the last phase. Just clipping the
leads
tin there.
2 games to love.
Cardenas, after a strong start, racing away to 9-3. Got away with that in the end. 14 minutes. It's 36 minutes in total. And the number 1 seed has a 2-game to love lead.
Once again, quite a lengthy affair. Interesting was that Cardenas got off to a quick start here. He used that shot, varying tight balls down the backhand side. We saw the long drop coming in, and he was able to rack up a lot of points early, stretch the lead out very quickly. But then Elnawasany just changed his approach. He stepped into that mid-court area there, took more volleys on. Unfortunately, that one went down, but it's certainly the way he has to keep going forward here. He needs to take away the middle from Cardenas to have any chance coming into this match again.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
Well, Cardenas just taking on as much fluid as he can there in between games. Be gargling around his stomach. Elnawasany, after a very strong end to that second game, getting himself back onto court.
Seconds. Seconds. time. Cardenas leads 2-0. Level.
Third game. #1 seed with a 2-0 lead. Absolutely crucial that Elnawasany gets off to a good start. Had a very poor second game start, 3 errors in a row. I feel like we've barely seen a forehand counter drop exchange in this match. It's all been about the backhand.
That has a lot to do with the fact that Cardenas, as soon as he's under any kind of real pressure, he just lifts out of there straight away. So there's no chance that we're going to see multiple shots. But
Down.
Elnawasany
2-1.
still, you can see him hovering on this short line. He's really looking to press in and play those straight attacks. This is much better from him, I feel. He's just got to keep the ball out of the tin, and this is a great start.
3-1.
Lovely finish. Polar opposite start to that second game. Very positive.
Out.
Oh, the sidewall work of Cardenas,
Hello.
again,
2-3.
immaculate. Very difficult for the crowd to just fully appreciate what he's doing to Elnawasany in terms of the way he's forcing those errors, Lisa. So I say there's a hush there because the work that Cardenas does,
So subtle.
yeah, it's and that is a fantastic drop. This is better from him, just softening these drop shots a bit further up the court. I do feel in those sort of movements, Cardenas has got that extra bit of lunge power to get under and stay in the rally. And that, again, it's just this drop off. We saw this from Elnawasany in game 2.
4-3. Up. 5-3.
What you're looking at me, what are you gonna say?
It's interesting, his shots seem to get better once he's just, the more comfort he has after being on court for 35, 40 minutes and that lead is building, his short game gets better.
Do you think that's a mental thing?
I
Gets
think
himself a lead on
it's a massive mental thing.
Gets himself on the scoreboard to a place where he's comfortable to take on a bit of risk, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly. Carving those drops in a little bit lower.
I can actually relate to that a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look at that, he's getting away with that, but such a
4-5.
severe steep swing through the ball, isn't it, Johnny? The way he comes up at the end as well, it's why he's just almost cutting it too much and it's spinning around the side wall.
I would say it's been his biggest problem because that technical glitch means that a lot of the balls where Cardenas has had to go and use that lunge power that he has, the ball's not been on the sideball, so he's been able to get under it and get it out freely with the racket. A lot of what Elnawasany is trying to do is the right approach. once again, that's an example where he read the ball and he was on it. The forehand volley just sprayed out, and now he's under pressure. And it goes again. Oh, what a fantastic finish. He just held the post. The previous shot, Elnawasany was stretched to his limits. Another mini hold there. Consistency is the name of the game for the Mexican. A very mild-mannered character. It's not just the on-court, I mean, off-court as well. He's low-key, keeps to himself. As I said, not, you know, we tend to associate the whole South American thing with, you know, I think about Brazil and
a bit more flamboyant.
Oh yeah, the colours and extrovert personalities, but he's much more introverted.
7-4.
Straight work's been immaculate tonight. Usually is. So 7-4 lead. Really positive phase here for Cardenas.
Down. Hand out 5-7.
Beautiful work again. He loves that backhand sidewall. It's been his best friend in this match. After the very lengthy first game, he's been able to just go to that area, really collect a lot of points through defensive errors. And that's a different type of error. That's more one of just sort of starting to
9-5.
feel the match is slipping through his fingers.
Gone for the cross-court nick. That's a lovely defense.
Yeah,
got away with that.
It's funny. He points to the back right, but that was the right shot. The whole drop there was definitely, for me, the right shot. Just the execution, he didn't quite get it right. He's tightened up a little bit with the swing.
Well, the crowd absolutely loving that one.
Hand out 10-6.
Backhand volley, cross-court nick. As cool as you like from Cardenas. Championship ball for him.
Down.
And the error, just one.
11-6.
Match ball required.
3 games to love.
Leonel Cardenas, the #1 seed of Mexico.
11-6.
A very high quality display of squash. That first game, that 20-minute first game, putting a lot of work to the Egyptian there. And then it got better, really. 46 minutes of play, 3-love victory, and the title is in the hands of the Mexican.
Well, Leo, two times a charm here in Toronto. You got some Mexican support over there. They were loving it. Did you know that they were coming in?
I didn't know. It's a surprise for me to see all the Mexicans. They are from my home club, so it's a great surprise. I'm happy to get the win in front of them. Yeah.
How did you feel about your big round of applause for them? How did you feel about your performance overall, but tonight especially? Yesterday was tricky, and today it looked a lot more clinical.
Yeah, today was a better performance for me, and I think I play my lines, my strategy worked well. Back home in Mexico, I have a good plan, and yeah, I'm happy with the result, and I'm looking forward for the next tournament. Thank you.
Leonel, felicitaciones. We know that Squash TV is broadcasting this in a booth behind over here around the world. So wondering if you have any comments and, you know, some statements for your family and friends back in Mexico on español.
Primero, muchas gracias a todos los que vinieron a verme aquí en el torneo. Está padrísimo tener mexicanos aquí, jugar en frente de ellos, una experiencia nueva para mí. Y pues nada, agradecer a mi familia, a mis coaches en México, a mi novia, están siempre apoyándome, y a todos mis patrocinadores. Pues les quiero agradecer todo su apoyo y pues vamos por más.
Perfecto. Your champion, Leonel Cardenas. Ladies and gentlemen, Lena will come back at the women's presentation of the tournament. So
you just get a real good look at the humility and modesty there of the Mexican. No-nonsense approach, stonewall defense, beautiful line hitting, and his short game accuracy just improved. Once he got that comfort of that lead and he put the work into Elnawasany, he was just able to open up the front of the court a little bit more, but he keeps it very tight, very organised. That's his approach. He's got his head down. He's 15 in the world, and he's done his job here. He's won the Toronto Athletic Club Open.
Well, we're only halfway through the show this evening. We move our attention over to the women's draw, and we have Amina Orfi, the #1 seed of Egypt, facing Gina Kennedy, the #4 seed of England. Join us in just a couple of minutes' time.
and gentlemen, if I could ask you to take your seats. We are moments away from a new Canadian Women's Open being crowned. You're going to see 2 top 10 players in the world, rising phenom from Egypt and a stalwart from England. So please take your seats. Before we begin, I'm going to say a few thank yous as we are at Championship Thursday here, and the culmination of just a fantastic week of squash and community here at Brookfield Place. Steph and Mr. Macklin, if I could ask you to take your seats. I was trying to be nice. I'm just going to run through some of the key people that have gotten us to this point throughout the event and thank our many, many sponsors. This is an endeavor. Putting a glass court up in downtown Toronto and this fantastic, beautiful, iconic facility, having some of the best players in the world here, men and women. It takes a village to put this type of event on. So we're going to go through our sponsors and give them thanks, because without them, we're just not here today. I talked off the top about Brookfield and Oxford. Roshan's still here from Oxford. You're a squash fan now, but thanks to Oxford and Brookfield, our hosts and platinum partners. Next up, our pillar platinum partners who have been with us each for 3 years as this event's grown. I'd like to thank Scotia Wealth Management. John McCartney, I just met, is here leading the Scotia team. Stephanie Hewitt is here. But thanks to Scotia, there's a big event going on over there. We really appreciate the support. The Altus Partners team. Andrew Shiner is a great mentor of mine, and actually one of the reasons we're here, he was a visionary. He said, you have to bring this tournament back. So thanks to Andrew and the Altus team. I know Paul is here representing Altus. Should we clap?
Yeah, let's clap.
Jeff wants you to clap.
Clap for that.
Capital Asset Lending. Mr. Fahim Tajani is going to come help us with the trophy presentation after the match, but he is such a driving force in our sport right now and a huge sponsor. They stepped up this year to the platinum level, so thanks to you to Capital Asset Lending, and I think they won the corporate challenge somehow, so thank you. You clapping? No? Gary Slate and Slate Music always supports anything we do at Squash Canada, so thank you to Gary and Slate Music. Our gold partners, sapling partners, Robert Hong. Robert, give a little wave. Hopefully the seat's in working order. Rob, he's not listening, but Rob Hong at Sapling Partners, back supporting. Fourth Lane Partners. The chair of Squash Canada is Dr. Martha Simmons. Martha, give a little wave. She also does a ton of volunteer work and is a sponsor. RBC came on this year. RBC's been using the court nonstop and had a great presence. We're happy to have them. Thank you, RBC. TourQuest is back for a second year, and Marsh McLennan, we thank you for your support. The silver level, we have Propeller. Not sure if Sanjeev Saman is here, but he's also a board member of Squash Canada, so thank you to Propeller and Sanjeev. Tories in this very building, I know they were here in spades last night. Tories, thank you for your support. The Arjun Gupta Foundation is a big supporter of this event and doing a lot for children in need within the Squash Canada community. I know Amar Gupta and his wife is here tonight. Thank you to the Gupta Foundation. Forum Asset Management came on this year as a partner, which we really appreciate their support. They're also in this building. At the bronze level, we thank KJ Harrison, Joel Clark, former pretty good doubles players, now back sponsoring the event. Joel, thank you. Stikeman Elliott and Roman Bath Center. The next group I'd like to talk about are our patrons. These folks are supporting Squash Canada in a lot of different ways. And very recently, a major patron and very important patron came to Squash Canada wanting to support our Olympic efforts any way that they can, through supporting our athletes, through supporting centralized training, and this very event, the Canadian Women's Open. I'd like to thank Scott Mitchell and the Mitchell family for being a driving force for squash in Canada, not just at this event, but supporting our athletes on their Olympic dream. The Love family and Christy Love is in a similar boat. She's supporting us year-round, and we thank her. Scott Lawrence is a super patron of this event. He's been here every night, probably in the back. I always know where to look for him. Scott, thank you. And the Edmondson family, get in the back. And the Edmondson family and Stephanie Edmondson, who's also the honorary tournament chair here. You'll see her later. Big supporters. There are dozens of other patrons, ticket holders, and people behind the scenes that have gotten us to this point, and we thank you as well. Now on to one of the best squash matches you will see in Canada. Here are our co-MCs.
To the left. All right, thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Okay, so ready to get the players onto court. Last match here at Brookfield this year. First up, she's from England. She's been in the top 10 for the last 4 years. Please welcome Gina Kennedy.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Jonathan Power Court, the #1 seed in the tournament and the #3 in the world, 18-year-old sensation, Amina Orfi. Match referee, Darren Manley.
It's the Canadian Women's Open 2025 with the #1 seed Amina Orfi and world #3 from Egypt facing Gina Kennedy, the #4 seed of England. I'm Lisa Aitken, and I've been joined all week. I've had the pleasure of sitting next to Johnny Williams in the commentary box. Good evening, Johnny.
Well, thank you, Lisa. And we have arrived at the final station here, the women's final. Everything's shaping up for an absolute beauty here.
Well, Gina Kennedy wasn't one of the 7 that came from Philadelphia last week at the Platinum Event US Open. Opted to have a training week with Rodney Martin. We will see if it'll pay off tonight. It certainly has done so far. She came up against Holly Naughton, shattered the home support here for the Canadian #1. And then against Anahat Singh, known as the giant killer these days, just 17 years of age, had a fantastic tournament break, taking down the defending champion, Tina Hillis. But this was a very tactical, mature, dominant display of squash.
It certainly was. Kennedy came with a plan. She used the backhand bows to great effect. She really stretched Singh out into that front right in a way that she was not able to use those illusionist tricks that I was referring to. Just gave her no time. It was a complete performance, really.
And Amina Orfi is on the right-hand side of your screen right now. But on the left, it's Gina Kennedy, and she has been as high as 5 in the world. She's the current world #10, 28 years of age now, known as the Whirlwind. She's 13 titles from 21 finals, had a massive rise into the top 10 in the world rankings, doing her apprenticeship in very quick fashion on the Challenger Tour, and got herself up to the top of the tree with her style, fast-paced, aggressive, likes to volley. She's incredibly fit, and she was using a lot of really quick foot speed yesterday in her match to get herself onto the balls and set up for options. As I said, now working with coach Rod Martin, Johnny, we're going to see a lot more of that unfolding.
As you said, when she completed the studies at Harvard in 2021, she was 170 in the world. 8 months later, she was 25. Add another year on, then she was already in the top 10. So that was a meteoric rise. Got to 5 and dropped back to 10 now. So this is a real test, this one here against Amina Orfi.
Amina Orfi, the current world #3, has come from Philadelphia. She was in the final at the Platinum Event there. She had 0 days to recover in between. She faced Nardine Garas after Saranagim in round 1, getting through relatively slick. And then Amanda Sobey, the head-to-head was in favor of Sovi 3 Love. They hadn't played since 2023. And it was all about Amina Orfi. Amanda Sobey unable to really get her strengths coming through in this match, Johnny.
Yeah, there were glimpses of it. In the first game, as Sobey got out to a lead, Orfi was able to reel that in, which she's been doing so often recently. Just enough width on that last shot. The defensive qualities were on full display. So hard to break this 18-year-old down.
So the best 2 players here this week meeting in the final. It'll be a big test for Gina Kennedy as she faces Amina Orfi, who's very much in form, hasn't really dipped in form since her rise into the top 10. Has a very strong game A, talking about powerful and getting onto the volley, getting onto the ball, and using a lot of power herself. I mean, Orfi often been compared to Narongo Hart, who's the current world #1, taking some time off the tour just now. So taking to proceedings on her own here, Gina Kennedy.
30 seconds.
Game plan will have been talked through at great lengths with Rodney Martin. The last outing, 3 games to love for Amina Orfi.
15 seconds. Canadian Women's Open 2025 final match. Amina Orfi of Egypt to serve. Georgina Kennedy of England to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
And we're in. Manchester Open 2024 was Gina Kennedy's last title win.
Well, a bit lucky, but this is what Orfi does. She absolutely has come out pounding the ball down into that backhand deep area, and as soon as the cross is open on the forehand, she's hitting very hard and low into that area also. Oh, goodness me, that was a vicious boast. Gee whiz, she's come out here with a lot of purpose about the hitting, Lisa.
Oh, we certainly don't see that boast come in quite so early from Orfi.
You should be aware that Kennedy wants to use the backhand boast, so the best way to take that away is just shut down the amount of time she has.
Or hit it first. Yeah, that's quick. Hitting down steeply on the ball, the backhand side here, Kennedy. Backhand drop was working really well yesterday.
I find it fascinating just as we get into this early stage of this match, Lisa, and we saw yesterday, obviously, Kennedy came out and she was playing a 17-year-old with far less experience and doesn't have the hitting capabilities of Orfi. So she was able to set patterns, and you can see here she's being forced back immediately. She doesn't have that freedom that she had yesterday early in the first game.
Playing through the interference.
Clever, just a bit deeper on that volley, making Kennedy, after going forward, she had to go back. This is already very, very hard squash, very physical.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Two, three.
Great length. Both players really hitting good lines, and Orfi, with that extra bit of bite on her shot, she's really ramping up the pressure early on. Do you think that Orfi feels that if she can have a long first game promoting this style and a heavy second game as well, that she doesn't believe that Kennedy's going to be able to stick with her with this kind of pace and pressure physically?
3-all.
What would be the other option? What other options have we seen Orfi use?
Okay.
I think she believes that that style will break anyone down over time. More often than not, other than Hani El Hamami at the minute, it has done. But if it doesn't, I don't know what else is coming. I don't know what the change-up would be.
Yeah, for me, the change-up would be a little bit more tactical sort of play, keeping it away from that backhand boast to Kennedy. A bit more persistence on this right-hand side, right from the start. But like you say, yeah, her strength is in that back left area.
Clever shot there from Kennedy.
That one not as clever.
No lets.
Yeah, she's quite stranded there. Kennedy hitting the right shot, but more importantly with the right angle.
4-3.
Kennedy's doing a great job of absorbing this tremendous hitting power and just looking for opportunities to work off it so far.
Not up.
Can't afford that though. One loose ball, ball's gone. Beautiful shot from Orfi.
And out.
That's where she's become way more efficient now at world number 3. A year ago, she wouldn't have been playing those sort of winning shots so quickly.
It's an awkward one down the middle. Starting now to promote more of this forehand side, Orfi.
Yeah, the boast went up, but it wasn't the right time to play it because she wasn't balanced, and that's that extra
5-4.
pace that Orfi puts through that backhand line. And Kennedy was immediately could hear her verbalising with herself that was the wrong time. Got it up somehow, but Orfi's length hitting is starting to cause a few issues here. You can really start to feel it.
It's the relentless, unvolleyable cross courts.
Furious.
Stroke to Orfi.
And she squeezes out that stroke at the end of all that. It's typical of Orfi here, just
6-4.
mid-game, putting her foot, just starting to put her foot on the opponent's throat a little bit. Can you feel that? That's my hitting pressure, by the way. Great pick-up, because that was a very nice shot from Kennedy. Very subtle the way she injected that cross kill.
Head up.
Yeah, that was a lovely rally. The structure, the shot selection, but the quality of shot as well from Kennedy.
5-6. Quickly, please, Miss Orfi.
This is the most accurate I've seen Kennedy in a long time.
That's forced. That's a forced error in a way.
And out
even though
7-5.
it goes down as an unforced error. The perceived pressure of Orfi is just, it's just different to everybody else. Her defensive line down that backhand side, Lisa, is just, she's not guiding. You know, most players might go on their left foot and take the place. She's not taking the place out. She's just ramping it up over and over.
That's quick. The right shot, absolutely, from Kennedy.
She's
been
6,
hitting
7.
that down the forehand line. Slight hold.
Kennedy just going the wrong way slightly there. A bit lucky that the ball was just overhit from Orfi on that backhand line.
Out.
Just spraying that one. It's interesting. I feel, Lisa, Kennedy's showing us that she's got these 2 3-shot combos which work when she gets it right, and she's shown good abilities to do it, but the pressure on her defensively, she's not managing that well enough so far. And that's why there's that 2-point gap on the scoreboard. That's what I mean there. That's that lovely 2-shot combo. Started with that really nice forehand drop, but in on it quick, good hold. And these holds are causing Orfi some issues. Can she string another point like that together?
And then that happens.
That's what I mean about the absorbing, you know. It is a difficult
9,
shot,
7.
but Orfi's getting those back. That's the difference for me. Tremendous squash.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying this.
It's really high quality. I'm actually just also really excited for Kennedy as the partnership with Ronnie Martin continues to bloom. You can already see tactically and technically the things that are starting to take effect. I'm excited to see how that keeps going. You just tell there's more conviction in her shot selection and her patterns. And that's not even getting into the technical side. It'll keep evolving as well. Straightening a lot from that front right, Kennedy.
Well, this is a great rally from Orfi now. She's really absolutely keeping Kennedy in defensive positions, asking a lot of questions.
13 minutes of play so far.
No lets. Player review. Orfi on the no-let decision.
Yes. I'm going to see it better here, the angle we had. This is the best angle.
That's a terrible drop shot.
No let?
Yeah, no, it's not the right decision for me. It's a poor drop shot from Kennedy.
The ball has been, it's like spooned out of the racket. I don't really know why Orfi would be expected to go in and around here.
Yeah, second bounce. Yeah. don't see
So that decision upheld.
I don't see that
Orfi
at all.
has 1 review remaining.
So if Orfi were to play that ball, I feel that she'd
Distance
have
to the ball.
she'd have to
Hand out 8-9.
like take a racket down, go around Kennedy, and then re-prepare. So it would be massive disadvantage for her to have to hit that.
The show goes on.
Great pressure from Orfi. The last few rallies, we've seen more and more of this. Kennedy's not happy about the movement, I think,
nothing wrong there.
on the
No, it's
forehand
okay.
drive she played.
Hand out. Hand out 10-8. Game ball.
When the ball came in the middle of the court, Orfi hit it, and Kennedy feeling there was a bit of a step-up movement.
2 game balls for Orfi. Like that shot, really open racket face.
Brilliant drop, brilliant drop. She's added that weapon to her
11-8.
game, and it's making such a
Game to
difference.
Orfi. Orfi leads 1 game
Strength,
to
isn't it?
love.
She's added that strength in this movement here. The ability to go in, lunge out strong, play the counter drop. Johnny and I's nose is pressed firmly up against the screen as we watched that first game. High quality from both, 18 minutes, a lot of physicality, a lot of skill. But it's the #1 seed and world #3, Amina Orfi, that leads 1 game to love.
Yeah, very good duration on that first game. Orfi coming out with incredible hitting power, as you'd expect, all the way through the game. And Kennedy got to work. She was really absorbing Orfi quite well. She was showing some really nice patterns, like stuff like this here, setting it up with a hold and then finishing with a hold as well. Those sort of qualities are coming nicely into her game. She's just not able to consistently back-to-back put points together. A few shot choices like that where she's not quite in position perhaps to play that boast, and Orfi shuts it down. Very, very high quality stuff between these 2 women.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
Well, the game points trail. Orfi with a good start, Kennedy with a comeback. And then Orfi getting the 7-5, 8-6, 9-7, just maintaining that 2-point gap. And then 10-8 as well, so just always keeping her nose in front there. High quality though.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
I want to say it's up there with the best we've seen Kennedy play in a long time, if not the best, in terms of, well, a lot of things really, Johnny.
Yeah, in terms of where she's at and obviously the patterns that she's putting
15
together.
seconds.
She's a lot more positive with the attacking. Once she gets an attack and then she sees her opponents just a little bit off balance, she's following up much better.
Orfi leads 1 game to love. Love all.
Second game. Luigi and Mario flown all the way from Italy for this one. The left-hand side wall. Always been big squash fans.
Oh, it's gone down. She's lucky. The rally turned on its head. Kennedy had Orfi on a nice string, but as soon as Orfi was able to reverse roles, she had control very quickly. I do feel that Kennedy's getting a bit, she's getting a bit undone on this forehand side, Lisa. We've seen when she gets out of position that Orfi's showing more capabilities in that mid forehand area.
Out.
It's gone out of court. This is going to be an interesting phase here. The pressure of Orfi's game, the hard hitting and the accuracy will keep coming, as it always does, and Kennedy mentally's got to stay with this. Very important that there's not a quick run of points here for Orfi early going in game 2.
That's lovely, the long drop from Kennedy.
And out.
Silenced that rally.
Not up, thank you.
It's the first time we've seen the boast where it's been
3-1.
Really effective and just exposing that last stretch of Orfi to pick it up.
Good start this for Kennedy. Oh, that is shut down.
And out, 2-3.
High drop. And Kennedy just giving herself some time. Shut down.
Orfi's got 2 variations of that shorter one, and she's also using the long cross to put Kennedy under pressure in general. Backhand to forehand.
Fist pump from Orfi. She knows how important it is to stop that momentum of Kennedy, quash any kind of confidence that came back after that first game.
Yes-let. Player review Kennedy on the yes-let decision.
Review, I think, from Kennedy here. Orfi's movement initially going up.
This is the value where Kennedy's been dropping those long drops from the back. That's why Orfi has been thinking about this here, and she's trying to cover it. Don't feel that that's a let, actually. It should not be a let.
Yes-let
being
decision
upheld. Kennedy has 1 review remaining. 3-all from the left box.
Kennedy with 1 review remaining. Both players have 2 at the start of the match. If we go to a 5th, each player will receive 1. Got away with that, Orfi.
Here the grunting and groaning of Kennedy under enormous pressure again. Simple put away.
It's just relentless, Johnny.
I mean, every one of those drives and crosses had an element of hold and just beautiful direction on it, always fading into the back of the court. Kennedy had no time to organise herself. Oh, that's a great shot. Her speed again. We saw this a lot yesterday in the semis.
And
as soon as she
4-all.
senses that the ball's a bit loose at the front, charging into the front and really adding speed into the hold.
Fortunately, clipping the tin.
And
So
out
far away.
5-4.
Orfi sensing, though, that it was coming to that backhand side. Barely are we seeing any lifting coming out the front from either player.
That's a good point, Lisa. It's a real sort of... Orfi came out, set the tone of the very, very high-paced hitting, and it's like they locked horns, and they said, well, we'll see who doesn't survive this.
Yes, Let. No.
Kennedy just saying that's so annoying.
Yeah,
She's one review left.
by the time you came down. Yes.
She doesn't want to use it.
Right box, 5-4.
Well, that decision was, I feel, was good. There was space to hit that ball. She should have played it down the line. Lovely, well played again. She's quick movement of the feet there, getting behind the ball.
And out 5-all.
Just getting that landing. Didn't quite see the finish, but great adjustment with the hips, able to get good purchase on the shot. Oh, it's gone up, you can't believe it.
Tight work. Oh, the double tap at the racket.
Plenty of time, didn't she?
Down.
No, that was not on. She was not in position to play that shot, and this is what Orfi did in game
And out
one.
6-5.
Just got Kennedy making a couple of judgment errors about when to play those type shots. Kennedy's certainly implementing good patterns, Lisa. She's, you know, the attacks, both sides actually. But it's just the odd decision here or there where she tins out and Orfi just gets that breathing space.
That's a ripper of a burst. Follow-up needed to be just that bit more aggressive.
Absolutely. A lot more pace on the cross. Wasn't that convincing, but won't bother Kennedy.
And out 6-all.
She's played these drops though to good effect. She's surprised Orfi in these lengthy exchanges.
Miss Orfi, you need to continue play. I understand, but it's only when you lose a rally. Okay?
Nothing's getting past the referee here.
6-all.
Locked in 6-all, similar to the first game.
Again, the cleverness of the 18-year-old.
And out 7-6.
Feels like she's been on the tour at this level for 5 years when she plays shots like this, Lisa.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Most players would sort of be hitting to the back of the court there. They wouldn't find that quick winner like she does.
Down.
It's an interesting shot there, Orfi.
And out 7-all.
Technically not getting it right, and we saw the glasses come off just before. Kennedy, a little bit of good feedback here, I feel. She needs to go with this.
Oh, that's a lovely counter drop. Didn't deter Orfi the previous rally.
8-7.
But the volley from Kennedy's got to hit the floorboards. It cannot go front wall, side wall like it did there. And that quality difference is what Orfi's bringing at the end of these games. We saw it in game 1.
Both players are incredibly low error count. Orfi's just a bit lower than Kennedy's. A couple of boast errors for the English woman.
Wonderful length again, the probing
9-7.
cross-court, hitting sidewall and then fading away. Kennedy just misjudging. You could hear the clunking of the racket on the back wall.
Out.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Orfi. First of all, the lift to get out of trouble.
10-7.
And 2 consecutive balls
Game
just hit perfectly to the back.
3 game balls. Terrific business end. Nice change of pace from Kennedy. Just steadying. Yeah, and unfortunately the loose one has been happening a couple of times on that forehand side. And Orfi persists with the line hitting there. She gets an opportunity to close it down. The last phase of that game from Orfi, sublime. 15 minutes for the second game. It's 34 minutes so far. The number 1 seed has a 2-game-to-love lead.
Very, very similar ending to this game, game 2, except it just went a little bit quicker. That's why we saw the duration just 3 minutes shorter. The build-up in the way that the game unfolded had a lot of the same look as game 1. Kennedy getting good positions. She's working some nice balls into the front of the court. Good deception being added on both sides. But Orfi's length hitting ability, just in the end, just proving the difference. Consistency just has that 10% advantage in the back of the court over Kennedy.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. They will resume in 30 seconds. "15 seconds.
There's a lot to like about this version of what Gina Kennedy's doing, Lisa.
Yeah, there is.
Orfi leads 2 games to
Despite
love.
the 2-game to love deficit, it's very positive, certainly for what's to come the rest of the season.
Love all.
So number 1 seed and world number 3 with a 2-game to love lead.
Trouble. Yeah, big trouble here. She's under the cosh massively. Orfi just carving that drop in. These are the sort of positions now. She just doesn't miss these type of opportunities.
One love.
Taking full advantage.
God, steady as a ship.
What kind of ship? Cruise liner or freight ship?
The 3rd best ship in the world.
Which one is that? The Royal Caribbean or?
Friendship.
Hearing you loud and clear, Miss Aitken.
That's lovely variation. We've not seen it. Strong start.
The problem here is Kennedy's defensive patterns. The lines are just spraying a little bit, and Orfi is getting too much time on the ball to place it exactly where she wants. And she's not going to miss these sort of opportunities at the front. And game 3,
love.
Lisa, this is a big statement, and it's just starting to get a bit of an exclamation mark behind it.
I thought this might start to happen as the ball softens as well, and the court feels that bit more extreme.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Lovely
the
angle.
forehand front court area for Orfi continues to get better, more variations. Has to be said, also that's, you know, Kennedy, we had that drop where Orfi got the no-let in the previous game, and Kennedy's, that has really hurt her, not being able to engage Orfi up the front in the right-hand side of the court.
Down.
Lucky to get away with that.
And
short.
out, 1-4.
That keeps happening. If Orfi persists down that straight line, forehand side, eventually it clips the wall, comes into the middle.
Yeah, it's a no-let. Miss Orfi, I need to watch the movement coming off the ball, okay? You stepped up into the line a bit there.
Slightly contradictory statement there from the referee, because if he's kind of warning her
5-1.
for stepping up, which I don't really feel she did.
No.
When the ball's sort of spoon-fed into the mid part of the court, and the player who's had the ascendancy in the rally, Lisa, is already set.
6-1.
They have to move forward to play the ball. They can't stand still.
Yeah, exactly. And they shouldn't be expected to stay still either. You have to move. There's always momentum going through at the ball.
I want my players, you know, their hips engaging into the direction of the shot, which is the front wall. Meanwhile, Orfi continues to just march on. And, all sorts of beautiful variations being showed, and Kennedy, the hand goes on the head here.
7-1.
The resistance has definitely been broken. 2 games of really high-paced, high-energy squash. And Kennedy's the one whose backcourt game has just started to falter here in this 3rd game. Add in these sort of things, just weapons coming from everywhere now.
Yeah, we haven't seen the ball spin hit like that since that
8-1.
first game.
Well, the first rally.
The first rally, yeah, exactly. That's what I meant to say. (8-1). Strong position. Tough ask for Kennedy.
Goodness me. Just the wings are really starting to open up here. She just lets out some of these much more expressive shots that you don't see from Orfi that often. Cross-court nick there.
One-way traffic in this 3rd game as Orfi heads to the finish line.
And out, 2-9. Down.
Kennedy didn't know too much about that.
3-9.
So the celebration's on pause. Seven
And
championship
10-3
balls for the world number 3.
Championship ball.
Oh, yeah, conceded fair play there from Gina Kennedy.
Match to Orfi.
As fair as you like.
3 games to love.
Mina Orfi, though.
11-8.
Canadian
11-7.
Women's Open 2025 champion, added another title to her credentials. What a couple of weeks it's been for her. Runner-up last week in Philadelphia, the US Open. Just 1 sleep later, coming here to Toronto and taking this title. 44 minutes in duration, she takes down Gina Kennedy. 3 games to love.
Canada is your first time in Toronto. Speak a little bit about what it was like to come here and come right off the back of US Open. You had no rest and come through and win.
Well, yeah, obviously it's something I didn't really do before, having a tournament immediately the day after a final, so it was a new experience for me. But I want to really thank Mark, Antoinette, and the girls, Bella and Mimi, because they made my stay here very restful, and I really felt very comfortable, and I'm very thankful for everything they've done for me this week. And yeah, I just want to tell them thank you, and hopefully Bella and Mimi are going to be playing in the Canadian Open very soon.
And then coming into this week, obviously it's been a terrific start to the season. Right? You've lost 2 matches, maybe, and you've played several tournaments, like 3 or 4 tournaments. How have you mentally been managing all of that? Because you've had a lot of matches, and you're only 18.
Well, yeah, this season is very different for me than last season. Last season, I wasn't really making it to all the semis and finals and the platinum events. And so now it's more pressure and more matches, and so you get tired more and you need better recovery. So it's just a learning process and a work in progress, but I'm just trying to adjust and enjoy every match because I'm very grateful to be able to travel the world and compete.
Excellent. And we can give that a clap. And now, what does the next, what does recovery look like for you? What does the next month or so look like? You've got Hong Kong probably coming up in about a month. China, well, yeah, so what does the next couple of months look like for your calendar?
My plane flight is tomorrow, so I'm gonna head back to Egypt and just recover for a few days and then start training, and then hopefully finish the first half of the season in China and Hong Kong strong, and then I have a month to rest and just prepare for the second half of the season.
Perfect. Well, we're going to let you go and rest and recover for a minute right now. We're going to hear from you in a few minutes' time in the trophy ceremony. One last round of applause for Amina Orfi, your new Canadian Open champion. And I'm just going to hand the mic over to Jamie Nichols, who's got probably a couple of words to say.
Yeah, I hope everybody stays for the award ceremony, the trophy ceremony we're about to have. It'll take...
Amina Orfi came in as #1 seed, but she had, of course, that final at the US Open just the night before she flew out here. Incredible the way that this young lady just keeps backing up, producing high-quality squash. She set the patterns and the tones very early on in the match, and it was Kennedy who faltered in Game 3, wasn't able to keep up with her younger world #3 opponent. But Orfi just sending out many, many statements with this performance again that she is not done at world #3, certainly aiming to keep climbing that ladder.
Fahim Tajani from Capital Asset Lending, one of our platinum partners.
That confirms our winners here. Canadian Women's Open, Amina Orfi 3-love over Kennedy, and in the Toronto Athletic Club Open, Lionel Cardenas beat Yahya Elnawasany. Now we're just going to go to the trophy ceremony.
Round of applause for Jeff. There he is.
I think they're ready.
Couple of very quick thank yous that we didn't get to prior to the event. We thanked a lot of the support staff that made this event happen, but we would be remiss if we didn't thank the Active Medicine Clinic who's been doing physio. We literally couldn't get them to come out onto the court because they've been treating our athletes all week and doing a phenomenal job. The Bottom Line team, same thing. We tried to get them out. Oh, there's Alexa. Please, Alexa, come on out. And Alexa's been leading our hospitality team at the Bottom Line and entertainment all week. She is a delight. She's put she's the front-facing person of this event. Alexa, you and your team are absolutely incredible. We have flowers for Alexa. Yeah, those are for Alexa, yeah.
Perfect, thanks.
I want to thank once again our AV team, Boiler House and DJ G over there. They have been incredible to work with. Alan's a true professional. He loves squash. Now we get to the Squash Canada staff, and I hope I don't tear up here because, as you know, I've been at Squash Canada for about 5 years, and I finally now assembled a team that I am so proud of and that is able to put an event like this together to the very highest levels. So I'm going to take some time and really thank the Squash Canada team, who are absolutely incredible and are going to drive our sport for the next 5 years through to the Olympics. So an unsung hero of the event, he came to work as the event coordinator here about 6 weeks ago. I'd like to thank Alex Russell. There is no job too miscellaneous for Alex. He has literally done everything from wiring the court to getting ice to getting water. And come on out, Alex, we're going to bring you out. Way to go, Alex. Food orders. Oh, and that's when you give him something. We have a token of appreciation from the Squash Canada board for our staff that Dr. Simmons here is going to disperse for above and beyond effort. Shauna Keating, come on up as the Director of Partnership. She's a year into her tenure here. Flowers. Yeah. She's a year into the tenure. She is the front of the house here at Squash Canada, and there couldn't be a more cheerful, personable person to greet all of the members of our team every day, all the sponsors, all the partners. She has just been a driving force for us. Simone Vizram came on a year ago. She's got a year under her belt now at Squash Canada. It's been a whirlwind. Come on up. flowers. She's our marketing and communications coordinator and simply amazing. We're so happy to have her. Samantha Cornett took a brief hiatus from Squash Canada, but she is back, and we're so thrilled to have her back. She leads our athlete development programming at Squash Canada, and what an ambassador for the sport. She's one of Canada's best all-time players, and now she's back leading the program at Squash Canada. Last but not least, the quarterback of this team started at Squash Canada a year ago. He has been in this venue now for about 1,000 hours this past month. He has been the person behind this event and the reason why the professionalism has gone way up since previous events. So I want to thank Chris Truswell. He came to us from England. He is the event director. No. He gets a nice... Chris is going to be the one here tearing down till 4 a.m. while I go and get to the after party. So thanks, Chris. Amazing. So on to the awards. We're thrilled to have 4 great competitors that we're going to welcome up here to help us with our trophy presentation. I want to once again introduce Fahim Tajani from Capital Asset Lending. He is a driving force in our sport. He's been sponsoring squash for the better part of a decade. He's incredibly enthusiastic. He gets other people to sponsor, which is very important as well. And he's a great friend of squash and a personal mentor of mine. So Fahim, come on up.
Thanks, Jamie. A couple of years ago, Jamie had the vision of creating this event, which used to be here many years ago. It's now the 3rd year, and I can say it's his leadership, Squash Canada board, that made this event happen. So let's give him applause. As Jamie said, we've been supporters of squash, both at the national, provincial, local level, and for us, both we do it corporately, but we also do it as a family. Squash has done so much. The community has done so much for my family. The sport itself has done so much, and this is our way of giving back. The lessons you learn in squash, the resilience you need, the humbleness to lose and lose gracefully, as well as the work ethic can be translated into work. And so for that very reason, it's one of the things that I've got 3 kids that play at various levels in squash. I try to play. They remind me I'm not very good at it, so that's kind of humbling. But again, the community here is the reason why we get involved. And thank you for everyone else that stepped up to support this amazing event. Thanks again.
Thank you, Fahim. And Fahim, come on up. You're going to be front and center here. And to help Fahim, come on up. To help Fahim with the men's open is Josh McDonald. Josh McDonald's been a pro in the city for the better part of 20 years. We actually grew up playing juniors together. He is one of the great leaders in our sport. He's a stalwart. He's been at the TAC for a long time. He came to us and said, let's make this men's event bigger and better. All of the matches were played at the TAC. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Clive Caldwell as well from the Cambridge Group of Clubs. But the TAC and the CGOC is a huge partner of Squash Canada, and we thank Josh as well. So thank you. Okay, so Jeff is going to bring up our finalist and champion.
All right, the finalists of the 2025 Toronto Athletic Club Open. From Egypt, Yahya Elnawasany. He was over there. Oh, and now he's over there. As fast as he is on the court. And, oh.
No, I was just shaking your hand.
Oh. Would you like to? Yeah, we'd love for you to.
Okay, yeah. It's fine. Okay, I don't know how to do this. So. Okay, I want to thank everyone here for sure, like all the sponsors, all the people who made this tournament happen. And it's been a good week for me here. I played some good matches, and today all credit to Leo. He played really well. I think we put on a good show for the crowd here, I hope. So I'm really thankful. I'm really happy for being here. Yeah, I want to take this chance also to thank all my sponsors, all my coaches. I've been training with Wael Hindi during the summer, which is new for me to get out of Egypt and stay in the US for a long periods of time. So I want to thank him as well for that. And I want to thank, as I said, the sponsors and everyone here. And yeah, I hope to come back here again. I've really enjoyed my stay here. Thank you.
Well, we'd love to have you back. And the champion Leonel Cardenas, el campeón.
Would you like to say some stuff? They want you to. Yeah, you're great.
So I just want to thank everybody for coming. I hope we play a good match, and the whole week was a good tournament for me. I really like to play in Toronto. I trained here for a lot of my tournaments with Diego, and I just feel like I feel comfortable here. I feel like I know a lot of people here now, and yeah, all great to Yehia, great final. I know he's a great player. We are going to play more matches like that, and I want to thank my sponsors and everybody who supports me back in Mexico, my coaches, my family, my girlfriend, and yeah, it's fine to retain the title, and this is one of my favorite tournaments, and I hope I can get good results like that. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, and to help us with our Canadian Women's Open Trophy presentation, I'd like to call up Stephanie Edmondson, who's the co-chair of this event. Come on up, Stephanie. And Nicole Bunyan, our co-MC, will bring the players on. Fahim Tajani will help as well.
All right, so our runner-up, please welcome back onto the court, Gina Kennedy.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's been a great atmosphere all week. I want to say a special thanks to the volunteers as well. You guys literally make the tournament. You're all so friendly, and it's just so nice to get to know all you guys. So thank you so much for making the tournament. A big thank you to my billets, the Bulgars. I've had a great week with you guys, and hopefully you'll have me next year, because I'll definitely be coming back. Congratulations to Amina. I mean, what she's done this season, and especially these past 2 weeks, coming from the US Open to beating everyone 3-love here. I'm sure she's got a practice match tomorrow in Egypt when she gets back, so I hope she has a rest after this. But yes, and finally, thank you to my coaches. Rod Martin, you've been a great help these past few weeks, and obviously my coach at home, Ben Ford, thank you for everything.
All right, now your newly crowned Canadian Women's Open champion from Egypt, Amina Orfi. You're gonna have to hold both these things though. Okay. They'll turn it down.
Well, it's been a great week for me, and to be honest, it's one of the best silver events I've ever played. It's very organized, and they just made it very easy for me, and so I'd like to thank everyone from Squash Canada, everyone who sponsored this event, all the volunteers, and the crowd for coming here. And who knows, maybe it's going to grow and become a bigger event, hopefully, goal next year. And I just want to take a moment to thank all my coaches back home in Egypt and my family. They've been with me since day one, and they've been supporting me through my journey, and so hopefully more to come. And I want to congratulate Gina on a great week as well, and she's a great player, and she's in the top 10, but I'm pretty sure she's going to get back to the top in no time, and hopefully I'll see you guys next year again.
One last big round of applause for Amina Orfi, your new Canadian Women's Open champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to sign off here. We're going to do some photo ops. We need to return this Alan Lambert Galleria back to normal by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, so there's a lot of work to do. You don't need to go home, but you can't stay here. But really, really appreciate all the support. What a great finals night. What a great week of squash. And we'll see you again next year. Thanks again.
Well, that concludes proceedings here at Brookfield Place. What a wonderful week it's been at the Canadian Women's Open, along with the Toronto Athletic Club Open, the men's copper event. Congratulations to the winners, Amina Orfi, doing it once again despite having to fly in directly from New York, and Lionel Cardenas just on a right there. He was the men's champion, and many thanks to Jamie Nichols and Team Squash Canada for putting on such a wonderful event here in Toronto. PSA Squash Tour continues on, however. Starting on the 11th of November, the China Open, a men's gold and a women's gold event will be taking place. So thank you very much for joining us here at Squash TV. We're just going to say goodnight. Thank you very much to my crew, Dan and Alex, for being there always, and we hope to see you at the China Open in 10 days. Thank you.
Yeah.